So over the last little while, I hear from people in Dufferin-Caledon and all across the country, they want us to be Team Canada when we're dealing with the issues of COVID and the other issues facing the country. What I can tell you is this: it's really difficult to be Team Canada when we are treated so poorly by the members of the government, including the Prime Minister. And as an example, my colleague Candice Bergen was asking questions about the national security implications of Chinese Communist Party military researchers conducting research at our highest security level biomedical lab. And some of those scientists have been expelled. Here's the question that she asks, reasonable question about a very serious issue. And the response from the Prime Minister is to suggest that she's a racist for asking this question. Let me know what you think about his response to this very serious question and how Team Canada, the Prime Minister, is being with these serious issues.
Mr. Speaker, we have a problem in this country when operatives who are part of the communist China regime are allowed into our very sensitive labs here in Canada, specifically in Winnipeg.
Mr. Speaker, I can confirm that the two scientists in question are no longer employed by the Public Health Agency of Canada. We cannot disclose additional information nor comment further for privacy reasons and confidentiality.
And the Prime Minister maybe does not realize this, is communist China cannot be trusted. I know he admires their basic dictatorship. I know he liked to do fundraisers with them over the years. I know he thought they were the first go-to for vaccines. But at this point, we would hope that he would learn a lesson and put the safety, security, and protection of Canadians above this fascination he has with the communist regime. So again, will he commit to ending this research and this cooperation with a regime that not only doesn't have our interest in mind, but actually wants to hurt Canada?
Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, yes, from the beginning of my career onwards, I have worked with many Chinese Canadians and indeed had fundraisers with them. And the rise in anti-Asian racism we're seeing over the past number of months should be of concern to everyone. And I would recommend that the members of the Conservative Party, in their zeal to make personal attacks, not start to push too far into intolerance towards Canadians of diverse origins. We will continue to stand up to defend Canadians' interests, Canadian security. We will continue to make sure that we're doing everything we can to keep Canadians safe while participating in the global research community and stand up for tolerance and diversity.
The Honourable Member for Portage-Lisker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm not surprised the Prime Minister just hurls insults of racism. It's his usual tactic. But, Mr. Speaker, I am not talking about Chinese Canadians. I am talking about a communist regime that nobody in the world trusts, except it would appear the Prime Minister of Canada. So I again will ask him about the communist regime and the military that supports that regime. Will he stop research cooperation with that military, seeing the danger they pose not only to Canada, but to the world?
In addition to the Prime Minister casting aspersions upon members of this House who are only trying to do their job, I find it offensive that the Prime Minister is diminishing the significance of the anti-Asian crisis in Canada by using it to deflect attention away from an unrelated political issue of national security. Canadians of Asian descent do not appreciate being used in this way, since they too are concerned about the national security of their country and want answers. They're not political shields. They're Canadians who expect their Prime Minister to address their questions separately, respectfully, and with sincerity. The Prime Minister's remarks are provocative, divisive, and disruptive to this House, and I ask through you, Mr. Speaker, that the Prime Minister apologize.